Hello all, hi, it is Tease. Good day, good afternoon, good evening. I hope all are well, hope all are safe. Um, yeah, so I guess 23 has been very interesting. And I guess for some people, their eyes, oh, I mean, this is before 23, but for some reason, for me, like literally amongst the first on in, it's just been all interesting of either people showing their true colors or strange activities, strange news, strange people, changes in the body, changes in the world. Um, and I only say that because, yeah, I only say that because there's people who they're like noticing like differences in people, because I guess everyone would have the same thing that they have to say about, awakening and just seeing the world for what it is, like the open traps, the warfare, and things I've noticed. I've always noticed the strange activity, but like to me, and I'm not paranoid. I'm not like I don't hear things or see things, especially if I'm not under the influence. But there's people who are you. It'll be these events that are come around, and you'll think like, okay, well, damn, are y'all in on it? And y'all just trying to gaslight me, It's like I'm the only one that don't know that I'm in a movie, but everyone else are actors and actresses around me and playing their role to somehow pour their dirt and drama on top of me. Because as I mentioned too, like in this particular area of LA, like ever since I've been here for the last few months, this will be the second, maybe even the third time that someone else's chaos and drama comes to me, and I'm twisted up in it as if it has something, as if I'm the ringleader. Like, no, this is your friend, this is your person that you brought around. This is your tenant that So it's basically something that has nothing to do with me, business or personal, and somehow they have to go out of their way to make it be a part of me if they have to set the bomb off as soon as I cross. So it's kind of like I'm noticing things like that where people they'll literally will set up scenarios just to, and I don't know if this is their way of being next to me, but they have to set up a scenario to get me mixed up in it. So now I have something to do with them because I'm just that closed in. Like, and honestly, if you do want to be around me, maybe that is the best thing you can do. You would have to create drama or create a scenario. I walk by you and then you put your foot out, to where I kick or step on your foot, and then you'll be like, oh look, oh my God, you just went out your way to kick me. It's situation like they would, and honestly, you probably would have to do that because, like I say, I for the first time, um, I want to say for the first time I've ever been in, even been in California. Yeah, I think Saturday was the first time I ever went out. Because when I say I do not go amongst the demons, I do not go amongst the demons. Like I literally went. I did go to like a nightclub bar because I figured like, oh, okay, well this will be in my birthday weekend, and well that Saturday was my birthday weekend. My birthday hadn't quite swung around yet, but that will be the weekend for it. And I was like, well, damn, let me just get out because there's no sense in me just sitting closed up and drying up if I don't have to. Especially if I've been doing this for a long time. I've been hermit style for a long time. So, so I get out and actually had a really good time. Everyone was, and mind you, this was an older crowd. So it wasn't like these young idiots or it wasn't even dumb idiots because elders can be ignorant too. But this particular crowd, they were cool. They were happy. And we actually mingled and mended very well. It's like when I came into there, like everyone was cool and sweet and nice, and I had no problems. Nobody gave me any nasty vibes. Everybody actually was. They actually was intrigued with me, probably because they were like, "Oh, I never seen you before," or "Who is this hot young lady?" But everyone was like really friendly, and it's like we've known each other for a long time. They were, really kind. They were talking to me, very happy too. And I was around some dancing. There were some dancing. I wanted to call them dancing Negroes, but that sounds rude. But you know how you have the crowd, the people who come out, they come out and they tear the dance floor up, and that's pretty much what the crowd I was around. Like they literally were just having a good time. And mind you, I'm slightly under the influence too, because I did have a few cocktails, if you will, before, after, and during I was there. So I'm already feeling good. So that means after a while, once I loosen up, and that's another thing to the cat bathroom. You're gonna get on the dance floor. I said, well, right now I'm watching y'all because y'all are hurting them, So I watched, and maybe, and if I did dance, it was just a little bit in my seat. I didn't really jump up and dance. I guess that'll depend on how good I'm feeling. I mean, I don't say I don't dance, but I don't dance on demand. Like if you said get up and dance, I would probably, you know that dance move where you um, move your fingers in front of your eye. That probably would be something that I would do if I'm put on the spot. I'll probably do like the cheesiest dance ever. But now if I something comes over me and I absolutely then I'll dance naturally because it's like okay something's making me get up and move. But I don't just dance because somebody hey you want to dance? Because I got a lot of dance offers. But I'm like well I'll just watch you for now because I mean, well I tell you these OGs were hurting them. There's one guy. Now, mind if I do go back, I'm gonna go back to see the man in the suit. He was a guy in a white suit, and he had his long hair, and I mean, he was. I can't even describe his dance moves, but I would literally pay every week to just see him dance because he definitely was inspirational. Um, yeah, but I had a really good time, and I think that was a really good crowd. I don't know if I mix well with older people or if I just like the chill. I like to be chill. Everything was chill. There was no chaos. The music was nice. Um, Everything was good. I didn't feel irritated at all. Like had my little good time. Then went back and went back to the house. Yeah, but I don't know. I just noticed like I'm thinking that people they'll see me like literally like I'm content with where I am and but it's like they'll want more either for themselves or not necessarily for me because it's like yeah I can still do a lot of learning and growing and expanding and I could be a lot more established if you will but I don't and I'm not saying that I'm content where I am but it's like I am okay where I am like I say I'm not I don't really want or need for anything. Even though I'm not where I want to be. Like I say, I could be bigger and better, but I'm not lacking in any department to where it's like, oh damn, I have shoes, but I don't have clothes, or I have this, or I don't have like I. When I say I don't lack, and I don't, and it's almost and I don't even want to be greedy either, because when it's time to eat, I eat. When it's time to sleep, if I want to sleep in, I sleep in, or if I want to get my rest, I'll get my rest. Maybe wake up really early and then maybe look around like, okay, why am I up at 4 a.m. and then maybe take a cat nap to go back to sleep. But it's like virtually I can do what I want to do. Like I don't have any real limitations, well, any unreasonable limitations. And because I'm thinking if I am limited, it's probably because it's maybe something that's overly material. Like, oh, okay, I should have a private jet. Like that's not one of my requests, but I'm just saying that it'll be something like that I'm lacking. Like, okay, I just don't have my yacht or I don't have a jet. There's no nothing nothing major that I'm lacking as far as like okay well damn I don't have food clothes or shelter because I do and like I'm saying it might not be where I want it to be but it's food clothes and shelter like and I don't have any there's no complaints on what I have thus far so I mean I'm not really well actually I do take that back I am lacking in the men's department I am because there's men and it's weird because there's this and I don't want to put him on blast, but there's this particular man, and let him tell it. He's marriage material, or he's basically my husband or future husband, but he's not available, so to speak, which makes no sense. Which kind of makes me think that now he's an agent, because like you can't say that you're quote unquote my spouse with a wink and you're not available at all. You won't. If I need you, you will not be there. If I call you, you won't pick up. So it's like, but yet let him tell it. I am. He's preparing himself to, and I don't know if he's waiting for the right moment. And that's another thing too. That what I don't understand. Like people feel like they need to be perfect in order to approach me. Like trust me, someone like I say, when I went out Saturday night, I got approached by so many people. I got approached by elders, young men, middle-aged men, probably even a whoremonger. But they came to me without limitation. It wasn't something like, oh, okay, well, I have to put my suit on to talk to you, or I have to have a nice phone in order to call you. It's like people will feel like they have to be, and I understand I'm a high vibrational being, but at the same time, I can be high vibe all I want, and I will still now mind you, as high energy as I am and it's as powerful my soul is, I will come outside with some, like my Nikes that I have on. Those are like, you could tell those Nikes have stomped through L.A. And like literally, L.A. is like, it's dusty and it's dirty. Like, so it's like I don't understand why people will feel like you got to be so fresh. And it's like, I have no, those Nikes are very comfortable. That's why I haven't really. And even when it's time to clean them, I call myself trying to clean them, but it's like maybe that's just deep rooted. They're just some dirty shoes. Okay. But basically, what I'm saying is, no matter how vibrational, how good I look, or even if I'm dressed to the T, like I'm gonna always have those filthy ass Nikes. And it's not to say that okay, I just don't like clean Nikes. It's there's nothing wrong with the shoes. They're still comfortable, but it's like they're dirty as hell, and I will still wear them. But for some reason, when guys approach me, they'll feel like they need to be perfect in order to say hello, and then I'm just like, I don't want to say, have you seen my shoes? I mean, I don't wear the same shoes every day, but I'm not as perfect as I appear. Like I say, most of the time it's an illusion anyway. You'll think like, oh, okay, well you look sweet and kind, and that's probably an illusion. And I'm not saying that I'm not sweet and kind, but what people will see on the outside probably not necessarily what's really going on in reality. Because again, they'll see me, they'll think like, okay, she's so high vibrational, or she's intimidating, or she's unapproachable. And no, I actually will talk to you. Like I say, when I went out that Saturday, I talked to everyone who went out their way to speak to me. I didn't have an attitude. I didn't ask what the hell do you want. I didn't say leave me alone. I actually was very comfortable, and I felt like that was my crowd. Am I becoming a dancing Negro? Like, I mean, because literally, like I was watching, like I'm very observative. Now everyone on the dance floor, they just were so happy. They probably was possessed by the alcohol, but they were just so, and then the music too. But they were so happy, like they were just dancing and smiling, and everybody's just having a good time. And I had a good time too. And I may come back, but yeah. But I'll give you, for this particular guy who calls himself my husband, mind you, and he's not, because it's been months. Trust me. I guess if I can spill my own beans, that was pretty much the guy who I was speaking of. Like literally, it's been 5 or 6 months, and who are you? Where have you been? And you claim that you. I don't know if this a demon told him that he was my husband, and maybe I didn't get the message. But again, like I guess he's thinking like, okay, well I need to have my 40 acres and a mule before I drop on bended knee, and I'm thinking like, well, I don't need your 40 acres and a mule, especially if it's still gonna take you 100 years. By the time if I call myself listening to you, by the time you get yourself together, I will no longer exist any damn way. So that's why I'm not materialistic. If I call myself saying I'm gonna need 40 acres and a mule before I can be happy, then I'm gonna be in trouble. That's why I'm content where I am now. Like I'm not. I wouldn't say content. Like I'm gonna stay here, but I'm grateful. Because like I said, I'm not needy, and I'm not lacking. I'm not. Because even if it's okay, bare minimum of everything, I have everything I need. So it's like it's not. Yeah, but I just didn't understand that. You get people who I guess you feel like you want to get your, and that's fine if you still want to work on self, but you can't call yourself neglecting me in the meantime while you get yourself together. Cause like I say, if that's gonna take you a long time, and you expect me to dry up for years on end, and literally drying up and withering away waiting on you, you're gonna be in trouble. Because honestly, I would rather entertain a whoremonger than wait around for somebody who's gonna take them years to get it together. When that's not to me, that's not necessary. Now, for his own personal gain, if you want to get yourself together, fine. But that's not a requirement. You don't have to have 40 acres and a mule to approach me or to show your interest in me. No matter how I mean, like I said, I may appear to be high strung, because even on the throne, as royalty, as your royal humble leader, I won't be high demand at all. I'm not saying like any old riffraff or any old whoremonger can come around me getting on my damn nerves, but you don't have to be perfect, like literally perfect, to even approach me. When I say like those men at the nightclub, they weren't afraid to. I mean, they weren't disrespectful. I mean, one guy was a little touchy. Want to help me out of my seat, help me in it, like as if I didn't ask for your help, but I don't think it was nothing too over the top to where it would have bothered me. Like I'm not that high strung or high. I don't know what to call it, but that's wrong. They have that wrong about me. And like I say again, it could be my energy. I have that strong energy, or there's a presence about me that's pretty much saying no nonsense, which is true. I am a no BS type of woman. But again, you don't have to be perfect to approach me, because at the end of the day, I'm not perfect. Like I said, I have my flaws. Um, well, I guess I did say if there's going to be any imperfections or any retards, it's going to start and end at me. But I literally, like, I laugh, I am dead serious, but like, I'll be like, okay, there's only room for one retard, or only room for one deadbeat, or one person who's not where they want to be in this relationship, or in this on this side of town, and that would be me, which is true, because like I said, if there's someone who needs to, um, need to have their, get work on self, or get themselves together, or need downtime for improvement, then yeah, I'm like, okay, that's gonna be me needing like, basically, I want to be the one wearing the flaw, so that therefore you won't have any room for error, and you, yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but basically, I will take on the issues in the relationship. Meaning, like, okay, if there's someone who doesn't communicate, or someone who doesn't listen, that's going to come from my end, not yours. So that's me taking on that responsibility. Yeah, but this particular guy, he really rubbed me, but bothers me. I don't know if he's an agent, and we've had this conversation, and I'm like, you're just a little too mysterious for me. And if that's his personality, that's fine. Like, I have my own personality. I'm not changing, and obviously he's not changing, and that's perfectly fine. But don't call yourself my future spouse when we don't communicate at all. So, for people like that, and if I make you weird like that, where you can't speak, or you're too dumb to, whatever it is, maybe that is your cue to not, just don't even approach me, because I'm not I'm not what people think, and I'm not what the rumors say. So people will have me completely wrong. They'll think like, oh, well, you're not approachable. I can't speak to. The only time that I'm not approachable is I'm literally in my own bubble, in my own zone, and you go out your way to find me and bother me. Like, if I'm out in public, and I don't have my headphones on, and I don't appear to be not want to be bothered. Even if I do appear to not want to be bothered, I mean, if you have something important you want to say, then you can still say it. I'm probably not going to. I'm only going to get pissed if it's something dumb. Like, if you tap me on the shoulder, can I ask you a question? And then I'll tell you, you just asked me a damn question, and and then from there you might get cussed out. But I don't know. Yeah, I'm not. I don't have a stick in my ass. I'm not stuck up. I'm not. I'm not mean. I'm not an asshole. I mean, even though I could be, but naturally, I'm actually very sweet. If you get to know me, you'll know that. And don't jump to conclusion. And you can't go based off what you heard, because people will tell you. Now, mind you, I guess there's another rumor too. They're like, oh yeah, well rumor has it you're this and that, or you're crazy or mean or whatever. But it's like, if you don't know me as that, then you should probably not reach a conclusion based off what someone else told you. Because somebody can tell me that you're this and that, and I'm going to judge you based off what you give me, not what the news told me. You see, and I think a lot of people, they miss out on the opportunity to believing the hype instead of believing what the hell I'm giving them as far as my spirit. Yeah, but I had a good time Saturday, and like I say, met a few new people, and I also met a 77-year-old lady. She was like, "Yeah, my birthday." Mind you, I met a lot of people whose birthday is in January too. So I guess it was two women who I was sitting next to. One lady, she was like, "Yeah, I just turned 77 years old." She's like, "Yeah, my daughter's 50 something, and I'm just want to be out here." I was like, "Yeah, when's your birthday?" "Oh yeah, my birthday was on I think she said it was the 5th or the 6th." But I was like, "Oh wow, I have a birthday next week." And I thought that was really cool, because like I said, she didn't look 77 at all. She actually was really nice. She was all like, wow, you look really good. Yeah, because she didn't look like, I mean, not a wrinkle in sight. Like, she didn't look 77 at all. Like, I was like, whoa, that's interesting. And mind you, at the nightclub, they were all cutting it up on the dance floor. And I'm like, I just may come back. I'm probably going to go back on Saturday night, just so I can see the man in the white suit. Yeah, because that was definitely a sight to see. I'm like, wow. And people who just literally just carefree and just dancing, and I'm just like, wow, that was beautiful. But yeah, so I'm thinking now, I'm just like, I don't know if I'm just loosening up for my birthday weekend, but like I'm actually, I am open and available now. Because normally when I say I do not mingle, I do not go amongst the demons at all. I mean, unless I have to. Like maybe I go out in public. Okay, I'm probably go out to go get something to eat, or just to go out to go maybe run an errand, and then I go amongst the demons. But actually, I volunteered myself to go amongst the demons on Saturday. Like, okay, I'm actually going to go out and go amongst the heathens. But this particular night, it wasn't heathen. Everyone there was very, very cool. I was really comfortable. Like when I say we, we mixed as if we knew each other. Like that was my first time going to the club. Nobody knew me from a can of paint, but they were attracted and drawn to me. They went out their way to either sit by me or to talk to me. A few guys wanted to dance. The ladies were like, yeah, you don't dance on the dance floor. I was like, no, I'm gonna watch y'all. I'm watching y'all cut a rug. Now, another thing too, if cutting a rug was a person or in face, it'd be slits all over the rug. I'm telling you. And they were cutting a rug, whatever that means. I guess that means you're on the dance floor, tearing up the dance floor. But yeah, they were hurting. Yeah, so I thought that was fun, and like I say, and like I say, I don't want to completely get rid of the guy, the fake husband, but it's just like right now he's blocked because it's just like to me I feel like that's mind games. Like how the hell are you? It's like are you? He could be mentally ill too, and he doesn't seem like a bad guy, but it's just probably got something going on. But my thing is you can't call yourself being interested in someone and you're not giving them the time of day, and then you can claim that you're busy. That's another. Oh, I'm trying to run all these businesses, or I'm busy. I don't have time, or I'm focused on my businesses, and that's fine. Like what's that guy's name? I'm sure like these CEOs of the bank. I'm sure they're busy. Well, I guess you can't really use the bank because the banks close at certain times. But we'll say like hell, even Elon Musk. I don't know his schedule, but you have someone like Elon Musk who's going out his way to destroy the world, and you're basically a mad scientist, and you into NASA and all that good stuff. I'm sure that's a 24-hour job, but as busy and as destructive as Elon Musk is, I'm sure he'll take at least a minute out of his time to entertain one of his coworkers that he was messing with, and one of his ex-wives, to let them know, okay, well, hey, I have 2 minutes available, and would you want to meet me around back, or would you want to take a trip next week? So it's like it doesn't matter how busy you are. It's called priority. Like, okay, I only have 1 minute, literally only 1 minute to spare, but I'm going to use that 1 minute to call or text you. That's called, I'm still prioritizing. Yes, I may be busy, but I'm prioritizing or letting you know that, hey, I'm interested, even though I don't have much time. The little bit of time that I do have, I will use that to at least acknowledge you. Hey, this is just me just saying hello before I get back to work, or a quick text just to let you know that I'm thinking of you, or just to let you know, hey, I'm still here, even though I'm not. You see what I'm saying? That's called that's initiative, and that's just showing a little bit. And like I'm saying, when I say this guy, this idiot who calls himself, he wants a hand in marriage, I'm just like, yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but you have to be available. You can't say that you're interested and married me, or you're interested in me the long way, and I'm nowhere on your menu. To me, that's what bothers me about him. And it's not like, and he could be a bum on the side of the road. If you're interested, you're interested, but you can't say that you're interested, but you want to get yourself together first. Now, and if that sounds like it's going to take you years to do that, then and you're not communicating, this relationship won't be going anywhere, and you will remain in the recycling bin. But I guess anyone who's serious, perhaps you can learn from him. If you're serious, then you need to show your interest. And like I'm saying, being busy or being retarded is not an excuse. Because there's people who, like I said, your busiest, most evil, like Elon Musk. I'm sure he's your most busiest, evilest man in the world. And he's very wealthy. And I'm sure he'll set, because it's rumored that he was messing with some of his coworkers. Now, if you can get Elon Musk, who's very busy, very wealthy, and has a lot of work to do when it comes to destroying the world, if he can make time to entertain some of his coworkers and his ex-wives, then a regular old fool off the side of the road should be able to do the same. So, like I say, to me, I just feel like he was just making excuses. You know, you're not really being genuine, and perhaps you're just trying to hold on to me to keep tabs. But if you can do that from the recycling bin, then good luck. Yeah, but I'm definitely I'm moving on with that. Like he'll literally have to show me, but he can tell me you have to be something out of out of those romance movies. You know, let's say like you're about to get on the train and they come out of nowhere, and they're on the train right behind you. Yeah, but right as of now, I'm not entertaining. I don't entertain no type of foolishness. Like I don't care. I really don't care. Family, friends, yeah, family, friends, neighbors. It doesn't really matter who you are. Like I just don't entertain any type of foolishness. And I just feel like with him, he operates in foolishness, and maybe, like I said, maybe he don't realize what he's doing. But whatever it is, it's not mixing well with me. So that's not going to go anywhere. Like I said, as of now, he's still in the recycling bin, and till you come a little bit harder than you're busy and you're trying to work on your businesses, and that's maybe that could be, and this could be to whom it may concern. If you call yourself being interested in someone, you need to show your interest. And like I say, don't feel like you have to be perfect. Like, okay, well, I'm interested in you, but I don't have a job, or I don't have money, or I don't have this or that. That shouldn't have anything to do with you showing your interest in someone, you know? And I don't know if the world lied to you. And even in America, I'm thinking like, well, America had their nerve to say you have to have this, and that. When right now, it just seems like it's impossible to get your crap together these days. I'm not saying it's not possible, but it seems a lot harder. I mean, I consider myself a hardworking person. I know I'm very hardworking, and I'm very driven, but that doesn't mean that I am where I want to be, or I have everything set up. Yeah, and I'm thinking like with men and women, um, I'm thinking with men and women, they only feel like they have to be perfect, or they have to have this and that to impress someone. And I'm thinking they only feel that way to impress someone who's materialistic. Like with me, I'm not materialistic at all. Remember I told you about with those Nikes. I am not ashamed of those Nikes because there's nothing wrong with them. They're just dirty as hell. I think it's like maybe like a light gray. They're a light color to where like any little thing will show up on the shoe. But like I say, nonetheless, they're still in one piece. They're still comfortable. They're just dirty as hell. And the fact that they're dirty as hell, that doesn't give me the cue to get rid of them or to not wear them. Oh, I can't wear these in public. Mind you, now if I'm somewhere where the streets are just clean and my shoes have no business being filthy, then maybe I won't wear them. But as dusty and dirty and it's trifling as filthy as LA is, you probably won't ever catch me with a fresh pair of shoes on, just because they won't be fresh anyway. Once you get to stomping around the streets of LA, you're going to be just as dusty as the streets of LA. So it's like um, I'm thinking with that, like I'm not materialistic like that to where I have to have on a fresh pair of shoes. And I mean, unless I'm going out, maybe if I'm going out to cut a rug with my Saturday night family, maybe okay, all right, I might put on a fresh pair of shoes then. But if I come myself going outside, stomping around the streets of LA, I'm going to have on those filthy Nikes that are comfortable. Those are my walking shoes. But yeah, I thought, I don't know if maybe I just put the bug in the air for to whom it may concern. Maybe there's someone watching from afar. You do not have to be perfect to approach me. I mean you do need to be available, and you have to mean well. You have to be serious, but you don't have to say, okay, I have to have all my ducks in a row. Because while you got all your ducks in a row, maybe I don't. Which is, I mean, that is kind of what I was saying. Like if there's someone who still needs work to do, or if there's somebody who's lacking or slacking in the relationship, yeah, of course that's going to come from me, just because I'm going to take on that burden so you won't have to. But yeah, don't ever, which is nothing wrong with being established, but don't think that you have to be perfect. Like literally, I got all of my ducks in a row to where now I am literally the I'm literally the I guess I would be I don't know what I would be in the relationship, because again, like I said, I mean, I'm not lacking for anything. Um, and I'm sure I wouldn't ask you for anything. Oh, well, I'm gonna need 40%, or I'm gonna need half. Like I'm not gonna ask you for anything major, other than time and effort and seriousness. And yeah, I don't know, but yeah, Yeah, but anyway, but I hope all are well. Hope all are safe.